Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Robbie1 Kenobi, and I am bringing you my WWE Roadblock 2016 review. I was debating last night whether or not I wanted to do a Roadblock 2016 review because I really don't have much else to say about this show. This was pretty much a glorified house show. There was some good stuff on it, but overall, as a show, I just didn't enjoy it as much. And I feel like it didn't do much, or it didn't do anything at all, really, to enhance the build to WrestleMania 32. WrestleMania 32 is, I think, like, what, three weeks away, 2.5 weeks away. And I feel like this show just did nothing to further enhance the build. There were some good matches and moments on this card. Was this the worst show I've ever seen? No. Was this the best show I've ever seen? Definitely not. I'd have to say this was a tad bit, and I mean a tad bit, better than Fastlane, but still just, this is not a show I would go out of my way to watch again. So yeah, I'm bringing you my Roadblock review, like I said, and at the end of this video, I am going to bring you a rant regarding the WWE Network because I have something that I need to get off my chest regarding not the network itself, not the app, the system itself, but the live stream, because the live stream really gave me a lot of trouble yesterday, and I'm going to save that rant for the end. But let's get right down to the review. So we kicked off the show with the New Day defending the WWE Tag Team Championships against the League of Nations. This was a good opener. I liked it. It wasn't long. It was short, but it was a good opener with some nice action. New Day once again proving why they are the one of the hottest acts on the main roster, probably the hottest act on the main roster, the most entertaining thing about the main roster. Their promo about Booty-O's cereal and them revealing the box was just priceless. It was classic, and I said to myself, I want a box of Booty-O's, and it looks like there are boxes of Booty-O's that you can actually buy off of WWE Shop. There's a deal where you buy the box. It's a commemorative box, but inside is the new Booty-O's t-shirt. It's pricey, but if it goes down to like 20 bucks, I will definitely buy it because I think that's something really cool just to have as a souvenir. And then if I ever meet the New Day again, have them all sign it. But like I said, the match was good. New Day got the win. They retained the tag team championships like I predicted. Kofi Kingston, Big E got that hot tag, and Big E did some good work after getting the hot tag. New Day got in their typical offense, the running dropkick by Kofi in the turnbuckle, while Xavier plays that one long note on the trombone, so how they're in sync with their movements and everything. Towards the end of the match, Big E was going for the big ending on Sheamus, and Sheamus countered, and Kofi was on the top rope, and Kofi dove over or jumped over Big E and landed on Sheamus, but it looked like it was a botched landing because it looked like Kofi landed hard. I'm not sure if he hit the back of Sheamus's, if he hit his chin or anything on Sheamus's back. But in the end, the New Day got the win with the big ending. Big E got the 1, 2, 3. New Day retains the tag team championships. Now we'll see if we get a fatal 4-way tag team championship match at WrestleMania, or if we get another match between the New Day and the League of Nations. The only way I'd want to see it now is if it's all 3 members of the New Day versus Barrett, Rusev, and Sheamus for the tag team championships. In a Freebird rule-like match. A Freebird rules match, if that makes sense. But like a ladder match. That's the only way I'd want to see this match again at WrestleMania 32. If not, I want to see a fatal 4-way between New Day, Usos, Dudley Boys, and League of Nations. Make it a TLC match or a ladder match. But this was a good opener. It was better than I thought it was going to be. 2 3/4 stars. And of course, as always, my match ratings are down below in the description box. Next, after the match, we had a promo. Backstage promo from Paul Heyman, who talked about how Brock Lesnar would conquer and slay Bray Wyatt and take Bray Wyatt to Suplex City, and then hit him with an F5, and that would be all she wrote. Then Chris Jericho came out And even though Jericho is a heel, he got a strong reaction from the crowd. You know, Jericho is one of the all-time greats from Canada. So even if he is a heel, there's no way that Canada is going to boo him. You know, Canada loves him. And then, you know, Jericho came out in great heel fashion and just denounced his Canadian heritage and denounced Canada, talking about why he moved from Winnipeg, Manitoba. And he even went as far as saying that Canada stinks and Toronto is the anus. And he got some heel heat from that. But then he goes on to talk about how, you know, the fans are loving their flavors of the month, like AJ Styles, who, you know, who's only been with the company for about a month, 2 months now. And well, for about a month and a half now. And, you know, they're cheering him and look at everything Jericho's done, and yet you're still rooting for this flavor of the month. And then he refers to Jack Swagger as a flavor of the month. And at first, I didn't even stop and think that this could possibly lead to a match. When he said that, I started thinking about the fact that, yeah, when Swagger won Money in the Bank back in 2010 and Jericho was world champion, when Swagger cashed in, people thought he had a chance at becoming a top star, and his world title reign didn't even last long. So before you know it, out comes Jack Swagger to a chorus of boos, because you have an all-American American, a real American, going up against one of the best Canadian wrestlers of his generation, possibly of all time. And, you know, you're in Canada. So I guess, you know, WWE did a bad job trying to, you know, make Swagger the babyface, because he ended up being the heel in this match, and Jericho ended up becoming the fan favorite, even though Jericho had said all those things about Canada. In the end, you know, Jericho got the win. I thought this was a solid match. Jericho got the win with the Walls of Jericho. And now we are looking forward to looking ahead towards Jericho and Styles once more at WrestleMania 32, and I will be doing a video about that later this week. It'll be a video response to Gold Standard 000. Yeah, I'm not too excited for Styles versus Jericho for WrestleMania, but I just hope that these guys have a stipulation match, like Falls Count Anywhere, 2 out of 3 Falls Submission maybe, or like 20-minute Iron Man match, 25-minute Iron Man match. I don't know. But give us some kind of stipulation that'll make this match even better. Not saying they're going to have a horrible match, because I know they'll have a good to really good, great or great match. But, yeah, just give us something different this time around at WrestleMania. After that, we got the NXT Tag Team Championship match. The Revival defending against Enzo Amore and Colin Cassady, with, of course, Carmella in their corner. In their corner, excuse me. And of course, Carmella looking, like Enzo says, looking fine as hell, and you can't teach that. But this match was really good, guys. This was an exciting tag team championship match. I was happy for all 4 NXT standouts. You know, they just went out there and, you know, they put on a great showcase for NXT in a, like I said, really good, fun, and exciting NXT Tag Team Championship match. You know, you had bodies all over the place in this match. Enzo and Cass with some more innovative offense. You know, Enzo ran toward Cass. Cass picked him up and threw him at Scott Dawson, who was trying to take him down from behind. You know, Enzo and Cass, they're just really starting to, I don't want to say they're starting to improve, because I don't think they're bad wrestlers, but they're really starting to shine more in these kind of matches, you know, matches of this caliber. I felt like they went out there, put on another really good performance in this match. I like this match a lot more than their TakeOver London match, and their TakeOver London match with the Revival was good, but I feel like this one was a little more exciting, had a little more drama in it. At one point, you had Enzo trying to get the tag, make the hot tag to Big Cass, and Dawson ran at him and like shoulder tackled him literally out of the ring. Like, it was, the Lex Man made the best comparison. It was like Monty Brown's pounce from back in TNA. If you remember how hard he would run and just shoulder tackle the guy. So yeah, I mean, he knocked Enzo the hell out of the ring literally with that pounce. Once Big Cass got the tag, he was rolling. He hit the East River Crossing, I believe that move is called. It's that side slam, or that Winds of Change. At one point he grabbed, I think it was Dawson by the throat, and he just threw him over the top rope. Like, I want to see Big Cass do a choke slam one of these days when he grabs a guy by the throat. But they were on a roll. You know, Enzo made the tag, and he was going for air. Enzo, Dawson pulled him off the rope. Cass went after Dawson. Dawson hid behind Carmella. Carmella retaliated by slapping Dawson, but then Dawson managed to recover and Dash and Dawson nailed Big Cass with a shatter machine on the outside, which looked wicked. And then Enzo made a comeback on the top rope. He dove off and actually DDT, I believe, Dash Waller. He drilled Waller with this wicked DDT for the closest 2 count of the match. And then, you know, the Revival managed to neutralize Enzo again, and they hit him with a modified version of the Shatter Machine, in which Wilder dove off and hit the Codebreaker on Enzo for the 1, 2, 3 to retain the NXT Tag Team Championships. But like I said, a really good and exciting NXT Tag Team Championship match. You know, Enzo and Cass once again proving their worth. All 4 guys really proving their worth here. Just a great showcase for NXT on a stage like this. Even though it's not WrestleMania, still, you know, the NXT guys got to shine on a main roster special like this. And you know, I believe it's going to be just a matter of time before Enzo and Cass get called up to the main roster. Wherever they go, NXT or the main roster, they're going to be over big time. I mean, they were way over with the crowd in Toronto. They were super over with the crowd in San Jose at WrestleMania, you know, at the NXT show in San Jose last year. Enzo and Cass are awesome. I just hope when they get called up to the main roster, if they ever do want to go to the main roster, that WWE doesn't drop the ball with them. You know, I love Enzo and Cass. I would prefer, you know, if they stayed on NXT for the rest of the year, I wouldn't have a problem with that, as long as they finally freaking get those NXT Tag Team Championships. But yeah, I mean, NXT once again showing why they are a superior brand. I mean, I was just happy for the NXT guys to have a moment like this to shine on a special Roadblock. And like I said, Roadblock's not a big event. You know, it's a glorified house show, but I mean, still, for a WWE Network special like this, the 4 NXT standouts, you know, they did their thing. So I was happy for all 4 of them. Next, we had an not impromptu, because this match was added. It was added the night before Roadblock, so Friday night, and that was after I had done my predictions video. But we had Charlotte defending her Divas Championship against Natalya. Okay, I know there are people who really like this match, who thought this was a really good Divas match. I'm going to give a ton of credit to Charlotte and Natalya. They both put up a great effort. For me, however, I just did not enjoy this match as much as other people did. You know, I did enjoy the beginning where these two were trying to out-wrestle each other. They were trying to prove their submission superiority. You know, submission chain wrestling. You know, Charlotte would go for, what was it? I think she went for like a body scissors, and then Natalya got, you know, transitioned into a Boston Crab, and then Charlotte countered that. So that was really nice to see, you know, chain wrestling. I just really couldn't get into this match. That was it. Like, I give Charlotte and Natalya a ton of credit because they did put up a great effort in this match. But I just, like I said, didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would, you know. Towards the end, you had Natalya slap on the sharpshooter, and she had Charlotte in like the middle of the ring, and I was thinking, oh my God, is Charlotte going to actually tap out? And the crowd was heavily behind Natalya because, of course, she is from Canada, and it was in Toronto, Canada. So, you know, she was crawling over to the ropes, and Ric Flair was extending her hands, and I believe Charlotte actually grabbed Ric Flair's hand for leverage and for leverage, yeah. And then when she managed to get to the ropes, Natalya was irate, and she went after Ric Flair, who was on the apron. And then Charlotte managed to roll her up, and she used her feet on the ropes to her advantage and scored the 1, 2, 3 to retain the title. So I thought it was a solid Divas match. Again, I will give a ton of credit to Natalya and Charlotte for their efforts because they really went out there. They got, like, I think 10 minutes and just put on, you know, the best Divas match that they could. Of course, I think they can have an even better Divas match in the future. You know, I still have yet to see their match from TakeOver, the inaugural NXT TakeOver special. But yeah, you know, other than that, I was just disappointed that I couldn't get into this match as much as I thought I would. You know, I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would. I really didn't have high expectations for this match, but you know, it's just, you know, what can I say? I mean, we all have our own opinions. I was just sitting there and I was just like, yeah, it's a solid match, but it's not as good or really good as I thought it could be. And like I said, everybody else, I've seen a bunch of other reviews where people have like, you know, given this match a strong rating. And of course, we're all entitled to our opinions. I am not gonna, I just did not enjoy it as much. So that's why I'm giving it the rating that it did. But once again, I will say kudos to Charlotte and Natalya for the efforts they put up. I mean, you had a moment where Natalya was in the figure 4 and she was trying to fight out of it, and Charlotte kept yelling, tap out, and Natalya was like, no, she was resilient, and she made it to the ropes. So, you know, they put up a strong effort. It was a solid Divas match, like I said, but I just didn't enjoy it as much as other people did. So, you know, it is what it is. After that, we got the one match that just left me thinking, what the hell? This was originally supposed to be Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt. So Bray Wyatt comes out, and he's got Luke Harper at his side, like I figured. I thought he was going to have the other members of the Wyatt family at his side, but he had Harper with him. And then Bray Wyatt, out of nowhere, makes this match a handicap match. So it goes from being Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt to Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper. And once Brock gets into the ring, and as soon as the match begins, Bray Wyatt tags in Luke Harper and gets the hell out of Dodge. He gets out of the ring and he just stands, you know, at the end of the entranceway watching the match happen. And Luke Harper got in some offense. He hit a super kick. He hit his discus clothesline. After that, Brock just took over. He did this one wicked counter where he slid under Harper's legs and started, you know, hitting him with German suplexes and taking him to Suplex City. I believe he hit Harper with, seven German suplexes, and then eventually finished him off with the F5. And after that, I mean, like, Bray Wyatt just walks away like a normal person. I just sat there, and, you know, I love watching Brock Lesnar go out there and kick somebody's ass the way he does, you know, take him to Suplex City, F5, game over. But watching it, I was like, what the hell was the purpose of this after all? You know, you build this match for like 2 weeks or even longer when you think about it because of the whole incident at the Royal Rumble. And it's like, okay, what was the point of advertising this match if Bray Wyatt never even got in the ring and wrestled? Why not just make it Bray Wyatt versus Luke Harper? I could have done a better job building up to that match than they did for this. You know, I could have had Bray Wyatt say, yo, Brock, I ain't afraid of you, but I'm not going to make it that easy for you to get to me. If you want a piece of my family, I will send out my soldier, Luke Harper, to take you on. Then they could have done Harper and Brock at Roadblock, but don't falsely advertise it as Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt and then have it become a handicap match and Bray Wyatt never gets involved in the match. You know, I think that was really bad booking. That was bad false advertisement on behalf of WWE. If it's going to lead to an eventual Brock Lesnar Bray Wyatt feud in the summertime, I'm fine with that. Just give it better booking, but you should have just, if the whole plan was Brock Lesnar versus Luke Harper, it should have been Brock Lesnar versus Luke Harper. That's what you should have advertised. Or make it Brock Lesnar versus Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. And then maybe have Bray Wyatt get involved or something. But it was just, to me, that made Bray Wyatt look really, really weak. He looked like a chicken shit heel, tagging out right at the start of the match. I have to believe Bray Wyatt had to have been frustrated with that. Had these guys gotten a good 7-8 minutes, it could have been a hard-hitting match. But like I said, the only positive, if you can even call it a positive from this, is that Bray Wyatt didn't get beat. They're going to save this feud for later on in the summer, most likely SummerSlam. But once again, it was just the bad booking, bad direction for Bray Wyatt. If you were going to advertise, if you're advertising as Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt, then give us that. Or if it was going to be Brock Lesnar versus Luke Harper, advertise it as that. Or Brock Lesnar versus Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. Or hell, Brock Lesnar versus all 3 members of the Wyatt family, excluding Bray Wyatt. I mean, that was the biggest head scratcher of the night. You know, like I said, I had fun watching it because it's Brock Lesnar. You know he's going to take someone to Suplex City and then F5 and that's it. And Harper did get in some offense, but it's like, I feel like it was just a waste of time. I feel like Harper didn't benefit from it. Bray Wyatt certainly didn't benefit from it. I mean, Brock Lesnar benefited from it only in the sense that he looked like a freaking beast once again. So, you know, I was very generous. I gave this match 2 stars. I was thinking of not even giving it a match rating because, you know, Harper got in some offense and then it turned into a squash match, but I gave it 2 stars for the fact that I did enjoy watching it. But I'm probably being generous with that rating. But, you know, other than that, if we're going to get Brock Lesnar, Bray Wyatt in the summertime, the feud better have better build-up, and Bray Wyatt needs to be rebuilt a lot stronger. I think Bray Wyatt needs to take time off after WrestleMania, you know, enjoy some time off, but while doing so, come up with an even darker persona for him to return to, and WWE needs to do a lot better booking and give him a lot better direction. I said this in my Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt preview video, that Bray Wyatt has lost a lot of momentum. So, you know, he's lost a lot of momentum. He has no direction. So I think he needs to take time off after WrestleMania 32, character-wise, find a darker place where he can just become more sinister than ever, and then return with a vengeance in the summertime and target Brock Lesnar. So that's pretty much it, guys, what I have to say about Brock versus Bray Wyatt. Like I said, I'm happy Bray didn't get beat, but I'm not happy with the fact that he walked out like a chicken shit heel. So, I mean, he got the bad end of the coin pretty much, you know. Oh, my God, excuse me, awkward silence. Yeah, I just lost my train of thought there. But, yeah, Bray Wyatt did not benefit from this at all. Neither did Luke Harper. Moving on, we got an impromptu match between Sami Zayn and Stardust. I think it was cool Sami Zayn was on the card. This was his first match on a live WWE special since joining the main roster on Raw this past Monday. This match was solid too. I thought it was interesting, random but interesting that they paired Sami Zayn up with Stardust. Of course, if it was Sami Zayn versus Cody Rhodes, they would have had a much better matchup. But this was a solid match for what it was. It wasn't Sami Zayn's best, but you know, he did what he did against Stardust. I'm not feeling the Stardust gimmick, you know. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm not feeling the Stardust gimmick. We all want Cody Rhodes. I mean, I respect why Cody is doing the whole Stardust gimmick because he's honoring his late father's wishes to finish what he started. But I think by now the Stardust gimmick has ran its course. I really want to see Cody Rhodes come back soon, maybe even at WrestleMania 32. But yeah, like I said, this match was solid. It was an interesting pairing of Sami Zayn and Stardust. It was random, but it was interesting. I remember saying I would have loved to have seen a Sami Zayn Neville special attraction match. That would have been really good, even if it was only like a 7-8 minute match. Or Sami Zayn Chris Jericho would have been really cool too. Just for fun, you know, Jericho could have gotten disqualified or something, so Sami doesn't look weak. Jericho himself doesn't look weak. It still would have been a good match. But Stardust and Sami Zayn, solid match. Sami got the win with the haluva kick. I was happy to see him on TV because it's in Canada. He's of course proud Canadian. But I'm surprised there was no Kevin Owens. No Kevin Owens tonight. I honestly thought Kevin Owens probably would have had a match against maybe the Big Show or Singata or somebody. They would have just thrown to him so he could beat. But yeah, solid match. Sami Zayn got the win, like I said, with the haluva kick. Happy to see Sami on the main roster, and I'm hoping we get that Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens Intercontinental Championship clash at WrestleMania 32. So finally, guys, we get to the main event. Triple H defending the WWE Heavyweight Championship against Dean Ambrose. Okay, this is another match that a lot of people really, really liked. You know, they thought this was a really good match, a damn good fight. Honestly, for me, I thought it was good, but I was disappointed. I was expecting a lot better. And I have to say that part of my disappointment comes from the struggle, the issues I was dealing with, I was experiencing with my live stream, and that rant is coming up very shortly. Trust me, I have a lot to say about the WWE Network live stream. So yeah, I had to like actually go back and start the match over again because of my issues with the live stream. But for the most part, I thought this was a good match, a good solid championship match, but it was not as great as I thought it could have been. I was disappointed. I will give Dean Ambrose a lot of credit for the kind of I guess for the kind of game plan he executed, because he, instead of being this wild brawler, actually tried to go technical and actually tried to demonstrate some strong wrestling tactics against Triple H. He was working on Triple H's quad. He was trying to out-wrestle Triple H. He slapped the figure 4 on towards the end of the match. You know, it was very unique to see Dean Ambrose have adapt. I don't want to say adapt, but demonstrate his mastery, so to speak, of technical wrestling. He's not the greatest technical wrestler because we all know him as a brawler and a street fighter, but to see him change up his game plan a little bit, change his style up to try to beat Triple H as his own game, no pun intended, was very unique. That was a very unique focal point of this whole story. And, you know, even the commentators were talking about it, that Triple H seemed to have been thrown off his game because he was probably expecting Dean Ambrose to be as wild and unstable and, you know, the lunatic that he is. And instead, he's trying to actually out-wrestle Triple H and beat him at his own game. Again, no pun intended. But like I said, this was a good match for the most part. There was, you know, obviously everyone's been calling out this false finish that happened. Towards the end of the match, Triple H got drilled by Dirty Deeds. Dean Ambrose covered him. The referee went 1, 2, 3. My jaw dropped because I was like, what? What? Are you serious? Like, Dean Ambrose just won the championship? But part of me was saying, nah, I bet you this referee's going to screw Ambrose over. I bet you we're going to get a Toronto screw job or something. But then the referee said that Dean Ambrose's feet were under the ropes. And, like, it's such a horrible false finish because the referee counts 1, 2, 3, and then he's like, no, no, no. He waves it off because he immediately notices Ambrose's feet were under the bottom rope. If you were going to make this a more convincing false finish, you should have had the referee count 1, 2, and then realize before he counted 3 that Ambrose's feet were under the ropes. You know, but it was just, that was a horrible finish. I forgot what the referee's name was. He screwed that spot up badly. I did like the ending to this match. It was a very cool ending. Dean Ambrose had Triple H on the announcer's table, and they kept bringing up the fact that, you know, Triple H kept looking over at the announcer's table because that's where he beat down both Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose in separate weeks on Raw. And, you know, Dean Ambrose tried to put Triple H to the table. He got onto the barrier, on the barricade, dove off it, tried to deliver a cactus jack-like elbow, and ends up putting himself through the table. Ambrose ends up beating the 10 count barely. I mean, just barely ends up beating the 10 count, but runs into a pedigree from Triple H. Triple H hooks the leg 1, 2, 3, and Triple H retains the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, meaning that Triple H will now enter WrestleMania 32 as champion against Roman Reigns for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Like I said, guys, good solid match, but I was disappointed because I honestly thought it was going to be better. But kudos to Dean Ambrose for how he adapted to a new wrestling style, in the sense of he tried to beat Triple H at his own game with superior wrestling skills. You know, I really thought that was something unique to show from Dean Ambrose. But what like not bothered me, but like I honestly thought should have happened was we had no Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar did not get involved in this match and just lay out Dean Ambrose, you know, to further add heat to the build-up to their no-holds-barred street fight at WrestleMania 32. You know, I said this to Vince Martinez the other day. I wrote this on his YouTube channel for his predictions video. I said, you know, I thought it would have been awesome if on Raw this past Monday, at the end of the show when Ambrose and Wyatt had their main event, if Brock Lesnar came out and destroyed them both to send messages to his opponents at Roadblock and, you know, to WrestleMania 32, and that didn't happen. You think that would have added a little more excitement to the whole show, to Roadblock, you know what I'm saying? So Brock didn't come out. He didn't lay out Ambrose or anything. And booking wise, I could have seen it happening because, you know, Brock could have been pissed off that he didn't get a chance to beat the crap out of Bray Wyatt, so he's going to take it out on Dean Ambrose again. But that's also sending the message that, Dean, you're just, you know, you're fooling yourself, brother. If you think you can beat me, you can keep coming at me all you want, but I'll just lay your ass out time after time again. So, you know, overall, guys, Roadblock had some good, had some bad. You know, this show is considered a mixed bag, but overall, it was just a glorified house show. I'm giving it a 5.75 out of 10. You know, you don't have to go out of your way to see this show. I definitely will not go out of my way to see this show again. Like I said, it had good, it had bad. I just didn't enjoy it. I'm not trying to be too hard on it because it was a glorified house show. But yeah, guys, I think I was expecting a little more maybe when I saw the card that was announced. But it is what it is. But like I said in the beginning, this show did nothing really to get me excited for WrestleMania 32. It didn't further enhance the build to WrestleMania 32. It was just, I guess, roadblock, no pun intended, on the road to WrestleMania 32. So there's about, what, 2 weeks left now? Yeah, about 2-3 weeks left until WrestleMania 32. So now I think WWE has to really step it up with the build to the show and everything, and give us more matches that are really gonna make us want to see this show on April 3rd. So that does it for my review of Roadblock, guys. Now it's time for me to get down to my WWE Network rant. And honestly, this is something I've been waiting to do this whole video. I'm sorry this video in general has been going on for longer than I thought it was going to go on, but I have something that I need to say in this regards. Not the network in general, but the live stream. I have had problems with the live stream before, but last night was the worst live stream I've ever watched for any live WWE Network special. It was the worst live stream ever. Let me paint a picture for you guys of how bad this was. I didn't get home until after 5, and the show obviously aired live at 5 o'clock. So I came home, I ate dinner, and then I logged on to the WWE Network. I went to the homepage, clicked on the show, and then chose not to watch now, but to watch from the beginning. So from the beginning of the show up to the end of the Divas Championship match, I'm having no problems with the feed. Excuse me, the live stream's working well. I'm having fun watching the show in the sense of just enjoying it, being a wrestling fan, enjoying WWE Network. We get to the build-up. We get to the promo package for Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt. Here's where things just get out of hand, you know, with this freaking live stream. During the spot where Brock gets eliminated by the Wyatt family at the Royal Rumble, the live stream jumps all the way back to the backstage segment between Natalya and Charlotte that led to their Divas Championship match. And I'm thinking, what the hell is going on? I'm thinking maybe it was a glitch. I'm thinking maybe they lost the connection or something. So I was just going to wait. I'll wait like 5 minutes at the most to see if maybe it gets back to the show. 3 minutes later, or 2 minutes later, it then jumps back to the NXT Tag Team Championship match. And I'm thinking, what the hell is going on with this stream? You know, it was just, this live stream was just well, let me say this now. A minute later, it jumps back further to the Chris Jericho promo. And I'm thinking, what in the hell? And I'm not rewinding. I have the controller. I have my remote, my PS3 controller. It's on the PS3. I'm not even touching the damn controller. So I decide I'm just going to stop it. And I'm going to start it over, because at that point, the show had already been made available in the in-ring section of the WWE Network under network exclusives. So I started over. I fast forward to the Brock Lesnar, Bray Wyatt match. I watched the promo package in the match without any problems. And then we get to Sami Zayn versus Stardust. And once again, this freaking live stream is acting up. I mean, it's jumping back again to like shit that I've already seen previously on the show. I honestly was like losing it, guys. I was so pissed off with this stream. Like this, like I said, was the worst live stream I've ever watched on the WWE Network. And I don't know if it was only because of last night's show, or if this is something serious that the WWE Network needs to stabilize. But the icing on this shit cake came during the main event. I had to literally restart the main event like I think 2 times, because it did it did it again. You know, I rarely use profanity on my channel because I try to keep it fan friendly. But last night, this freaking stream was a clusterfuck if I'd ever seen one. I hated it. It was the worst live stream I've ever watched. And I'm telling you guys, I am never going to do that again where I freaking watch a live stream in the middle of wherever it leaves off. So like WrestleMania, for example, you bet your ass I'm going to have that day off, or I'm going to watch it from the beginning. I am not going to join in, you know what I mean? I'm not going to join in the middle and then restart it from the beginning, if that makes sense. If I cannot watch a live stream like NXT TakeOver Dallas or WrestleMania 32 from the beginning, then I'm just going to wait until it becomes available so I can watch the encore. But for Mania, I mean, I am not going to miss that. I will be there. I'll be off on that day to watch it, so you can believe that. But honestly, guys, this was the worst live stream I've ever watched since subscribing to the WWE Network 2 years ago. You know, I've had problems with live stream before, but they were not as bad as this. You know, the little problems I've had in the past were like little minor things compared to this. I mean, this was so horrible. It took me out of the show towards the end. It really took me out of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match. So that's probably another reason why I gave it the match rating that I gave it. But yeah, guys, I just hated last night's live stream. I was so pissed off, and I was so ready to. If it had happened one more time during the world title match, I was just gonna, you know, say screw it, I am done, and just give up. And today wouldn't have been a review; it would have been a straight up rant. But I cool off since then, and I said I still want to review Roadblock, even though I didn't have much to say. I still had something to say. But yeah, guys, if any of you had a problem with your live stream, I know a couple of my friends did, but if any of you had any real problems with the live stream, just do me one favor. Let me know down below in the comments section, you know, because I just think that was total crap that live stream kept crapping out on me the way it did. I just freaking hated it, you know. It really ruined my viewing experience towards the end. And I mean, I love the WWE Network. I've watched everything else, a lot of other programming on the network without a problem. Maybe some lagging here and there with the live stream due to network connections or network connection issues or anything. But this was the worst live stream I've ever watched. Even Beast in the freaking East had a much better live stream presentation, you know, and that was at like what, 2:30 in the morning on July 4th. So yeah, guys, thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for staying with me if you stayed this long. I just freaking hated last night's live stream. It was just a clusterfuck if I ever saw one. I hated it, guys. It just really ruined my viewing experience towards the end of the show. It did it during the Sami Zayn Stardust match. It did it during the main event, you know, which really took me out of the match, which I think is part of the reason why I gave it such a, I don't want to say low, but why I gave it the match rating that I did. And honestly, I think I was even closer to giving the whole show in general a lower score because of the damn live stream. But in the end, I gave it close to a 6 out of 10 because it wasn't, like I said, a bad show, but it wasn't a great show. The live stream was just a freaking nightmare in its own right, you know. I really don't know what else to say about the live stream. It sucked. It was the worst I ever watched since joining the WWE Network 2 years ago. I'm hoping that that the stream is a lot better the next time I watch a live event, especially NXT TakeOver Dallas and WrestleMania 32. I mean, during the Royal Rumble, I don't think I mentioned this, but like at times it would skip back maybe 10 or 15 seconds to something I previously watched in the match, not like 5 minutes to the previous match. So like say I was watching the Royal Rumble and like AJ Styles eliminated somebody, it might have jumped back 10 seconds and I'd watch an elimination again, but that's nothing compared to the nightmares I was dealing with yesterday with this freaking live stream. Okay, guys, I'm starting to get a little fired up, but I've already said what I needed to say. I've already ranted about the WWE Network live stream. The freaking live stream sucked. It was a clusterfuck, and if that ever happens again, I'm going to be super pissed. So thank you all for bearing with me. Thank you all for watching and listening. This has been my Roadblock 2016 review plus WWE Network rant. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you thought of the show. And for any of you that did have any problems with the live stream, please, I ask just one favor. Let me know what happened down below. Tell me if it was as serious as my problems were. And also leave me your thoughts down below, guys, on what you'd like to see at WrestleMania 32. I might do a video where I talk about potential matches that I think, if added to the card and if done right, would really make the show a must-see on top of what we have so far. I do have an AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho video coming out soon. I'm probably going to do that tomorrow maybe, or I might even do it later tonight. But thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. As always, I appreciate the support and the feedback. Like, comment, subscribe. And everybody have a nice weekend. Monday Night Raw tomorrow night in Pittsburgh. I know my good Twitter friend Daniel Giza is gonna be there, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing his reactions. No Roman Reigns on the show. I meant to say that. No Roman Reigns. Yeah, no Roman Reigns. I honestly thought he was gonna come back tomorrow. Last night at Roadblock. He might come back tomorrow night during Monday Night Raw, but we'll see what happens, guys. So thanks for watching this video. Thanks for listening, and I will see you all later.